First we will chant the shloka. Yatah pravrittir bhutanam yena sarvamidam tatam swakarmana tamabhyarchya siddhim vindati manavaha. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Suprabhatam. We will now do the word split. Yataha pravrittihi bhutanam yena sarvam idam tatam swakarmana tam abhyarchya siddhim vindati manavaha. In the previous shlokas, we saw the 9 qualities for a person, 9 innate qualities for a Brahmana, Shamodamaha. 7 innate qualities for a Kshatriya, Shauryam Tejaha. 3 qualities for Vaishya, that is Krishi Goraksha Vanijyam. And 1 quality for a person with the tendency of Shudra, that is Paricharya Atmakam Karma. So these are all the innate tendencies that people are born with. And then on introspection, when they realize that this is where I am, these are all the qualities that I possess, then what should we do with that? In the previous shloka it was mentioned, Sve Sve Karmanya Bhirataha Samsiddhim Labhate Naraha Swakarma Nirata Siddhim Yatha Vindati Tachrunu. So the idea that the Vedic knowledge systems provide us is, realize your innate tendencies, propensities, that is, what is your tendency or aptitude. So realize that aptitude by your own self-introspection and also discussion with your peers, taking guidance from mentors, and then be established in your practice. And then how to be established? The idea here is very settling in nature, not unsettling. In the current day, we see that there is a constant rat race. Run behind this, run behind that. Have this higher ambition. Go further, further, further. So there is an intense pressure. We look around the society, I have to go. And there is a kind of a pressure that I am not sufficient where I am. So that kind of an unsettling tendency is what we see currently in the society. In contrast to it, the Shastra, Bhagavad Gita says that realize your innate potential, aptitudes, tendencies, settle down in that job, settle down in that work, so that Siddhim Vindati Manava, and work towards your enlightenment. So whatever your tendencies, use it and settle down and perform it to a level of excellence that is there, and then you ultimately have to reach the ultimate purpose for which you are born as a human being. That is the realization of the self, that is the pure consciousness. Of that, for that, so many approaches are given from shlokas 46 towards how to settle down in my particular area of work, and then how do I work towards the Siddhi, Siddhim Vindati Manavaha, Jnana Nishtha Lakshanam Siddhim Vindati Manavaha. Ultimately we have to reach not this goal or that goal. The ultimate Purushartha is moksha, realizing our inner pure conscious nature, not the body, not the mind, not the senses. Towards that, whatever karma we have, be it Brahmana karma, Kshatriya karma, Vaishya karma or Shudra karma, we have to do it. How to do it? One of the methods are given here. Yatah pravrittir bhutanam yena sarvam idam tatam. That is, that from which all the beings have emerged. Pravritti means manifestation. So that source from which everything has manifested, and then yena sarvam idam tatam, and that by which everything has been pervaded. That is the pure consciousness, that is the Paramatman. It is from the Satchidananda Paramatman that everything has emerged, and then it is not that it is the cause and it is staying aloof from its creation. It has permeated into each and every being. Yena sarvam idam tatam. Acharya Shankara uses the word antaryami. The Paramatman created and has permeated each and every being, and so each of us have a spark of the divinity within. So then what to do? Swakarmana tamabhyarchya. That divinity within us has to be worshipped. How do we worship the divinity within us? One of the methods of worshipping the divinity, the divine conscious nature within us, is to worship through our activities, swakarma. That is a shamo damaha tapashaucham or shauryam tejaha. Whatever has been given, let us use it as a method of worship to the divinity within, rather than using it as a tool to satiate our ambitions outside. This is a very settling view. The mind settles down, we are happy, and that is how we attain jnana and vairagya. There are so many examples in our texts which say that whatever I do it as a worship to the divinity. By that great knowledge comes to me, great maturity comes to me. I may be a person who is stitching the footwear, but if I am totally dedicated to it and doing it as a worship to the Bhagavan, I become realized. Sant Ravidas, he is one such example. And in the Upanishads we have Raikva, who is sitting under a cart and scratching his body, and the great king comes and falls at his feet. He is just a normal villager. And in Mahabharata we see that S-VYASA, he is a butcher. He is a butcher, but he is dedicated to his work, duty, serves his parents, and thereby the great Kaushika, the tapasvi, comes and learns from him. Another mother who is a homemaker, she is there within the house. This Kaushika goes and learns from her that what is the highest knowledge. So in this way, it is not about the position, money, power, strength, or the prestige that we have. It is about the attitude with which we do our activity. That is, whatever we do is an offering to the divinity within. If this, I am a student, I study well, this studying well is the pushpa archana to the divinity within. I am a teacher, I teach well, that is the offering to the divinity within. With this awareness, I am just cleaning this floor, that is my work. I do it as an offering to the divinity. This is how we can purify ourselves. This is how we can settle down in our job. Otherwise, what happens is, there is always a friction in the society. In the Western model, we see that there is always a revolution, that revolution, this revolution. Unfortunately, that pattern has set in here. More than the rights that we claim, are we devoted to our duties? If everyone is devoted to their duty as a worship, not to someone who is there in the high heavens, for the divinity within us, if we do that, it's a settling way. The society will have a lot of harmony, and there will be all-round progress to one and all. Such a sociological model, very sound and settling sociological model that we see in Bhagavad Gita, which needs to be further reflected upon and applied so that there is harmony and universal peace. Thank you.
Very good morning, honorable dignitaries on the stage, and my dear all. My dear friends, perhaps you might heard the names, the great names in the field of science and technology, like Sri Rajagopal Chidambaram, A.S. Kiran Kumarji, Ganapati Bhaskaran, H.R. Nagendraji. Yes, these are all the great alumni of the great Institute of India, the Indian Institute of Science. Today I am very delighted to share that the director and faculty of Indian Institute of Science are with us today as a guest. I am very happy to introduce them to all of you. Professor Govinda Rangarajanji. Sir, please. He is the Director of Indian Institute of Science. Sir has done MSc Honours from BIT Pilani, PhD from University of Maryland, Park, United States of America. Sir has worked in many institutes in America and has back to India in 1992, and since then working at faculty at Mathematics Department in Institute of Science. Presently he is the director. Sir is a J.C. Bose Fellow and Fellow of Indian Academy of Sciences, Fellow of National Academy of Sciences, and list goes on. So the government of France has awarded him Knight of Order of Fellow Academic Palms from the government of France. Sir, please come. I am also very glad to introduce Professor Sundar Swaminathanji, Inaugural Chair and Professor of Department of Nephrology, Department of Medical Division, Associate Faculty, Department of Bioengineering, Indian Institute of Science, Bangalore. I am also happy to introduce Mrs. Shaina C. Parekji, Medical School Development Officer. We are already familiar with her. Welcome all of you, madam. I request Guruji to honor everyone. Sarve bhavantu sukhinah, sarve santu niramayah, sarve bhadrani pashyantu, ma kaschid dukha bhag bhavet. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.